Austin, the capital city of Texas, located in the heart of the state. It's a young and vibrant city filled with culture and entertainment. Come join me as we explore this fascinating city together. This is Travel Step by Step. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Austin is the capital city of the U.S. state of Texas and is one of the fastest growing cities in the USA. Residents of Austin are known as Austinites. They include a diverse mix of government employees, college students, musicians, high-tech workers, digital marketers, and blue-collar workers. The city's official slogan promotes Austin as the live music capital of the world, a reference to the city's many musicians and live music venues, as well as the long-running PBS TV concert series, Austin City Limits. The city also adopted Silicon Hills as a nickname in the 1990s due to a rapid influx of technology and development companies. In recent years, some Austinites have adopted the unofficial slogan, "Keep Austin Weird," which refers to the desire to protect small, unique, and local businesses from being overrun by large corporations. Since the late 19th century, Austin has also been known as the City of the Violet Crown because of the colorful glow of light across the hills just after sunset. In 1987, Austin originated and remains the site for South by Southwest, an annual conglomeration of parallel film, interactive media, and music festivals and conferences that take place in mid-March. Emerging from a strong economic focus on government and education, since the 1990s, Austin has become a center for technology and business. A number of Fortune 500 companies have headquarters or regional offices in Austin, including 3M, AMD, Amazon, Apple, Facebook, Google, IBM, Intel, Oracle, Tesla, Texas Instruments, and Whole Foods Market. Dell's worldwide headquarters is located in the nearby suburb of Round Rock. With regard to education, Austin is the home of the University of Texas at Austin, which is one of the largest universities in the U.S. and is attended by over 50,000 students. Now that we've gone over some basic information of the city of Austin, let's go ahead and look at the attractions, starting with the Texas State Capitol. The Texas State Capitol is the capital and seat of government of the American state of Texas. Located in downtown Austin, Texas, the structure houses the offices and chambers of the Texas Legislature and of the Governor of Texas. Designed in 1881 by architect Elijah E. Myers, it was constructed from 1882 to 1888 under the direction of civil engineer Reuben Lindsay Walker. A $75 million underground extension was completed in 1993. The building was added to the National Register of Historic Places in 1970 and recognized as a National Historic Landmark in 1986. The Texas State Capitol is 302.64 feet or 92.24 meters tall, making it the sixth tallest state capitol and one of several taller than the United States Capitol in Washington, D.C. The Capitol was ranked 92nd in the 2007 America's Favorite Architecture poll commissioned by the American Institute of Architects. Zilker Metropolitan Park is a recreational area in South Austin, Texas, at the juncture of Barton Creek and the Colorado River that comprises over 350 acres of publicly owned land. It is named after its benefactor, Andrew Jackson Zilker, who donated the land to the city in 1917. The land was developed into a park during the Great Depression in the 1930s. Today, the park serves as a hub for many recreational activities and the hike and bike trail around Ladybird Lake, both of which run next to the park. The large size of the park makes it a capable venue for large-scale events such as the Austin City Limits Music Festival and the Zilker Park Kite Festival. The park was listed in the National Register of Historic Places in 1997. The Bullock Texas State History Museum is a history museum in Austin, Texas. The museum, located a few blocks north of the Texas State Capitol at 1800 North Congress Avenue in Austin, Texas, is dedicated to interpreting the continually unfolding story of Texas to the broadest possible audience through meaningful educational experiences. The museum is operated by the Texas State Preservation Board, which also operates the Texas State Capitol, the Texas Capitol Visitor Center, the Texas Governor's Mansion, and the Texas State Cemetery. Now, these are just a few of the attractions Austin, Texas has to offer, so for the sake of time, I've only covered my 3 favorite attractions in the city. There are other attractions that we will visit during the tour, such as Barton Springs Pool, UT Austin, Lady Bird Lake, 6th Street, and Mount Bonnell. There are also thousands of bats that fly from Congress Avenue Bridge every evening between 7:30 and 9:45 p.m. Also, if you like shooting guns, visit the range in Austin. It's a high-tech facility where they offer private instruction on how to use guns properly. Now that we've covered some of the attractions, let's get started with our VR tour. Are you ready? Welcome to Austin, Texas. Let's go ahead and take a look at the capital city of the state of Texas. All right, so you can see that we're looking at a satellite view of Austin. Let us zoom in a little bit and see if we can see some of the different landmarks of the city. Immediately, you can see certain things like Zilker Park, which we will look at in a bit. We can also see the University of Texas at Austin, which is all of this area right here, is located in the downtown area. And we also have the Texas Capitol right here, which we will also look at, located in the downtown area. Over here, this is basically downtown. Other things that we will go over are Lady Bird Lake. We will also go over Mount Bonnell, which is above, a little further up there. Somewhere up there. We'll go and take a look at that. And we'll also take a look at some other things along the way, like the Texas State History Museum. And we'll also take a look at Barton Springs Pool, which is at Zilker Park area. So yeah, we'll take a quick look at some of these things. You can kind of get a view of what it's like to visit these areas. So let's start off with the Texas Capitol. So we did go over a little bit of history about the Texas Capitol in the beginning of this tour. But this is how it looks from a 3D animated perspective. And you can see that it is taller than many of the buildings in the surrounding area. And so it's a very beautiful structure. It's larger than the structure in Washington, D.C., the Capitol in Washington, D.C. And there's a park around this area. So many people come around this park and just enjoy the area. It's a very unique area, basically with a lot of Texas history, of course, and a place that you can visit and really enjoy the scenery and the architecture of the area. All right, so why don't we go ahead and go further down onto the street view and see if we can get a street view image. Alrighty, so we're gonna go ahead and try to get on this street here so you can get a better view of the Capitol. There we go. Now this is a great view of the Capitol right here. You can see that it's kind of like, it looks like a bronze color, although it's more, there's a lot of marble in the area, marble material. It's very beautiful. Great view right here. People walk in this area, like I said, they look at the monuments and the statues, different structures, the trees. A lot of squirrels in this area. I don't know if you like squirrels, but the point is that the nature here is just as beautiful as the architecture of the state capitol itself. So it's just a wonderful place. And the inside is just as breathtaking as the outside. Let's see if we can go into this dome area here and try to get a look at how it looks inside. So you can see there are a lot of different flags representing The flags that have flown over the state of Texas, they include the U.S. flag, they include the Spanish. It also includes the Mexican flag as well. So different countries have laid claim to the area. I believe the French as well have laid claim to certain areas of Texas. And of course, at one time it was its own country, so it was the Republic of Texas at one point. Along the wall, you can see a lot of the governors that have been here in the state capitol. And when you look up, you can even see a star right there that has the outlying letters TEXAS for Texas, of course. And it's a beautiful structure. A lot of offices are here, government offices. And it's a great place to come and visit. You can see there are children having a field trip. And I highly recommend you come to this area if you're going to visit the state of Texas and Austin in particular. Okay, so let's go take a look at UT Austin. So UT Austin is a very big campus. I mean, just looking at this area, you can see it's massive, big football stadium right there where the UT Longhorns play. And here is the tower right here, which is one of the landmarks of the university. And this is a great university, one of the top universities in the state and in the nation. Great sports, great academics. It's also kind of a party school to some, but it is in Austin, and Austin is very famous for being a young, vibrant city. So yeah, this is UT Austin. We can go ahead and get closer to this area and kind of see what the tower looks like from up close. And of course, we're in a campus. You're going to see students walking around, and they have many, many different types of programs. Pretty much, I would say any program you can imagine, they might have it here at this university. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at Zilker Park. I'm going to zoom out a little bit just so you can kind of get situated. Downtown here, UT Austin over here, the Capitol right there, this little greenery area you can see. And then we're going to look at Zilker Park, which is this area right here. And a lot of festivals do happen on this area, particularly the Austin City Limits Festival, which is 2 weekends during the fall and very popular with some top artists in the area making their appearances here. It's not just for concerts, it's a park. So they do have areas to play sports and areas to also swim. And you can see here, there's a pool. There's the Barton Creek Pool. And so it's actually Barton Springs Pool. And the Barton Springs Pool is fed actually by springs. It's spring water. And so it's a very unique pool in that sense. And it's in Zilker Park, right next to it, actually. But yeah, this is the area of Zilker Park. It's beautiful. It's a great park. It's massive. I really like this park, and I suggest that you come and visit this park too if you ever have a chance to visit the city of Austin. But again, this is the Barton Springs Pool right here. So the Barton Springs Pool is very nice, a very nice pool. Okay. So Lady Bird Lake, this area right here is Lady Bird Lake. There are people who get on boats in this area, people who get on canoes. They do paddle boarding. They do a lot of different stuff along these bodies of water in the area here. And of course, downtown is all of this here. Yeah, it's really great. So there's Lady Bird Lake area. Alrighty. So let's look at the Texas State History Museum. Oops, history. Right here. Now, I remember coming here a few times to the Texas State History Museum. It's right next to UT Austin right here. And it's pretty noticeable with this big star right in front, and it's great. They do have exhibits here about Texas history, of course, and it's a wonderful museum. I highly suggest you come and visit when you have a chance. They do have an IMAX screen in here as well. I remember seeing the movie Avatar back in 2009 inside of this museum here. So yeah, it's definitely a great place to visit. You can see different exhibits. I'm trying to see if we can capture an exhibit on here, perhaps. It looks like there's a cannon right here. And so yeah, they do have different exhibits, like I mentioned, different things to see, artifacts, everything from Texas history. So yeah, take a look at this place whenever you're in Austin. And the good thing is a lot of the things in Austin are close together. UT Austin here, the Texas State History Museum right here, downtown over there on the right side. It's all really close to each other, and the Texas State Capitol is right here. So you can see you could walk or you can make a short drive to all of these areas. It's all located around downtown, and Zilker Park over here. Let's go ahead and go to Mount Bonnell, or Mount Bonnell. I guess some people pronounce it that way. So it's going to be in this area about right here. And you can see Lake Austin in this area. Many nice homes along the water, expensive, beautiful homes, people on their boats. Let's see if we can get a view of a street view of this area. Now, it is quite a hike. It's not an easy one, I'll tell you that. But the view is definitely worth it coming up here to the top. You can see Lake Austin area. You can see the homes. It's very beautiful. Unfortunately, the shrubbery is in the way. We can't really appreciate it in its magnificence, but just imagine yourself looking at this wonderful water. Trying to get a good look at this area, but looks like we can't. Right here is decent. So you can see the water in this area right here. It's very nice, very clean. And you see all the different homes. You see the hills. We're in the hill country. It's a great place to come and hike. You like nature, Austin is one of the best cities to experience nature, one of the fittest cities. Everybody's exercising here. Well, it's not everybody, but a big amount of people, let's say, exercise in this city. Great trails, great exercise if you want to come visit this area. So other things that we also want to look at is we want to see the Bat Bridge. So there's actually a bridge. It's called actually Congress Avenue. There's a bridge there where you can see bats. They kind of call it the Bat Bridge. Let's see if it's under Bat Bridge here in... Well, they don't have it as Bat Bridge, but it's actually Congress. Congress Avenue Bridge. Here we go. Okay, so around, let's see which area exactly. Yeah, so usually there's an area where you can see the bats. Some people go to this area right here underneath the bridge to see the bats. There's people all along this bridge taking a look at the bats all along the way over here, and the bats will come out from under the bridge, and so you might see them all along this area coming out, and it'll be about 45 minutes. These bats will be flying out. There's a hotel right here. Many people park or stay at this hotel and park here as well. This is Embassy Suites. And so this is a great area to come around 7:30 to 9:45 p.m. every evening. It's free, you don't need tickets, and you can see thousands of bats just fly out from under this bridge, ready to burst open, just coming out. It's a great thing to see. It's not like you can really see these things in many places, especially large cities like Austin. And Austin being the fourth largest city in Texas. I mean, it's a very big city with a lot of people, very progressive city with a lot of young people, a lot of traffic. It's nice to have the mixture of nature and city that this area provides. It's very unique. All right, so we've taken a look at a couple of things. I do want to show you a place where I've gone shooting guns before. It's called The Range at Austin. So they do offer some classes there. I remember when I went, they had an instructor. The instructor allowed use of rifles and also pistols. And so downtown is further up ahead. Right here, this is I-35. And I-35 is a very busy interstate, but it's a lot of stuff is on I-35. But it is called The Range at Austin. I don't think they have any views inside of The Range at Austin, but it's very high tech, very cool looking when you go inside, and the instructors are just wonderful. Okay, so let's see. We're going to take a look at 6th Street in Austin as well. 6th Street is popular for having a lot of, you could say, bars, clubs, things like that in the city of Austin. So let's take a look at that here. We may not be able to see too much, but there's West 6th Street and East 6th Street. But yeah, typically you get a lot of clubs and bars and restaurants on 6th Street. And 6th Street extends, a pretty long ways all along this area right here. And you can find many things along 6th Street. So if you're interested in going to bars, clubs, things like that, take a look at 6th Street. I myself, I don't go to bars and clubs, so I'm not going to really mention too much about 6th Street, but you can explore it and take a look for yourself and see if it's something that you like. I think most of the things on 6th Street are going to be located particularly on East 6th Street if you're looking for clubs and bars and things like that, but it's very unique. They have a lot of different things, tattoo parlors, all that type of stuff. Okay, so this has been a very quick tour of UT Austin. Again, I have provided some attractions for you to see. There's not all the attractions there are to see in Austin area, but I did provide some information for you to make an informed decision about what you may want to do when you visit the city, kind of making you think about what things are available in Austin. And so that way, when you do more further research, you can have at least an idea of what Austin already has to offer. So thank you so much for joining me on this tour. This has been Travel Step by Step. I hope you have a great day or a great time wherever you are in the world. Thanks for watching.